at all the paperwork, and he's saying, I know if it comes down to it, if you were to lose your job, you choose your car over your house. So no, we're not going to give you the loan because you went out and got this car before you even thought about buying property. And that's the mentality that we have, young. It needs to stop. There's nothing wrong with having nice things. There's nothing wrong with having nice things, but have something that's going to make you money, And I read another quote. I've just been looking for quotes to kind of reference what I wanted to talk about. And it said, some people are so caught up in saving money, and that's the reason why they're not earning any more money. You have to invest, and that's what something Nipsey Hussle was trying to convey, is in investing in our society, investing in our neighborhoods. How are you living in an area predominantly African American, and then every shop that's owned in that area is someone that's not African American? So it's a predominantly African American neighborhood, but almost every storefront or owner in that area is not African American. And I see that here all the time. I see that with the beauty supplies. I see that with the corner stores. I see it with the gas stations. We're not owning in our own cities. We're not owning in our own neighborhoods, but we're the people that's consuming the most in those areas. So it would make sense to come together and, instead of competing, come together and put something together for your future. And I think we have it bad when it comes to jealousy and when it comes to envy of someone else. And instead of us supporting that person, and instead of us patronizing that business, we compete, or we're jealous, or we don't want to support them because, they did it and, they think they're better than us, or, and it's just unright, because we don't walk into that other store and see someone that's non-black and think to ourselves, they think they're better than us. We buy that hair. We buy that bottle of alcohol. We go pump our gas there. We're thankful for them to open us that business in our neighborhood. It's backwards. And it breaks my heart. And like I said, we're not a self-sacrificing society as African Americans. We're just not. Everyone's so caught up in what they can get for the now. I want my piece of the pie now. I want what I can take out of this life while I'm here. And if you think like that, we're never going to get ahead. We're never going to get ahead. Some things took hundreds of years to build. People sacrifice their whole lifetime building things so that their future, their children's children can have that. Some people have spent a lifetime building a legacy and companies so that their children's children can have it. And I think that we need to start thinking like that. Think like that in our neighborhoods. And I think it's sad to say, people say that, you cannot fuse the two. Once you make it out of your neighborhood, you can't go back. And that is a shame. That is honestly a shame. And I can sit here and tell you that from the videos I've seen of Nipsey Hussle and the type of person that he was, him dying in front of his store, he probably said, if I had to sacrifice myself for the greater good, for people to understand how important this is, I would sacrifice myself. And I'm getting emotional right now because it's a shame. It's a shame that a man can't even go back to where he came from proudly without people envying him, without people bringing nonsense to his front door, without people thanking that man. Because if it was on the other foot, another race can go back into where they came from. People would praise that person, and they're thankful for that person. It just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. So I'm not saying that someone's life is above another. I know black men get killed every single day by other black men in this country. And also we get killed by other races. But what this needs to happen is not just think about the moment of him being killed, but what he was trying to say. We all have a past. All our hands are not clean. It follows you. But if you can try to make a change, and maybe he felt like what he did could never be enough. Maybe this man slept at night, that he polluted his city and he polluted his neighborhoods for years, and all he tried to do was make it right. No one's perfect, but I think we need to recognize here that it's bigger than just us. It's bigger than just us. And if you travel places and you see how other people live and how happy they are with close to nothing, close to nothing, but they're giving everything back to their neighborhoods, their cities, and they're living a humble life. Because what's important to them is their future, is their children, their children's children. I hate when I see men on social media and they're so flashy and something happens and they get killed or, they pass away and they're doing a fundraiser for their funeral. And it's like, no, what about life insurance? Make sure your children have life insurance. If something wants to happen to you, that child will be set. That child can go to college. That child can invest in that business. We have it all wrong. Why buy the chain when you can send your child to college? Why buy that car when you can buy that duplex in another state? Buy that property. Something to leave behind. That car, as soon as you drive that car off the lot, it depreciates. As soon as you drive that car off the lot, it depreciates. You can take that car out for a day and try to bring it back. They're not going to give you what you just paid for that car. We got it bad as a society. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with having nice things. There's nothing wrong with that. But it needs to be steps taken before that. And if it means coming together, we're like one of the only races that we have a problem living together. Other races, I'm not saying this is everybody. I'm not saying this is stereotyping a different culture or race or anything like that. From what stories that I've been told personally is that some people will stay together, 6, 7, 8 people in a house, working good jobs. They buy property. They all save up and buy property. Keep working, keep living together. That person goes and they got that one property or that one business. Then they save and work hard, and buy another property. And before you know, they have properties all over town, businesses all over town, and they're still living together and they're still saving together because they understand this is important for the future. We need to start thinking like that. There's nothing wrong with living with family. There's nothing wrong with doing those things and putting your guys' money together to buy property. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. We're the only people that feel like it's a horrible thing to do. We need to start working together, put our heads together. It's important for us to leave a legacy, and that car sitting outside, that's not going to be your child's legacy. That chain around your neck is not going to be your child's legacy. It's not. And, with that being said is that I'm just kind of emotional behind this. I'm a little emotional behind this whole thing, and it breaks my heart. And to the person, that took that man's life, I don't understand exactly what was happening. I heard that he was released from a mental hospital 2 weeks prior. You never know people's triggers, and there's a lot of Black men out here dealing with mental health issues, and we have a society that doesn't even want to address that. So I think we need to start addressing that and supporting one another. We shouldn't be out here jealous of one another and trying to kill one another because this person's doing better or this person said this and that to them. We have to learn how to control our emotions. Don't let our emotions control us. It's not healthy. Okay, so I know this was not really an upbeat episode today, but I just had to express that and get that out. And God bless us, man. God bless us, because we're in 2019 going into 2020. I always tell people there's cars out there that can drive itself, and we're still killing each other. How primal is that? We can all get money. We can all be successful. there's 24 hours in each day, and I know people were born maybe without the head start of some other people, or without the connections of other people, but we have to try, you know. And this is a time where these are neighborhoods that have no hope. You know, they're told since they were born that they're never going to achieve any amount to anything. So you're dealing with the people that have no hope. So it's hard to connect and to get those people to understand that there's more out there to the world. You have someone that's never even left their block, never even left their city. So my heart aches for those people. You know, it aches for that person that doesn't believe and doesn't have the hope to be better. Because, you know, you cannot associate yourself with people that have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. You're going to lose every time. Okay, with that being said, you guys, until next time, okay, you guys, and thank you so much for rocking with me. I appreciate it so much. And I'm sending my condolences, you know, to anyone that has lost a family member for senseless crimes or murders, and it's just never worth it. You know, it's a trickle effect, and you affect so many people. You know, it's not just immediate family, you affect people. I never knew that gentleman personally, but I cried. I cried for him, and I cried for everyone else that has dealt with that. And this life is not fair. And sometimes you do good work and God calls you home sooner because you just completed your mission. Until next time, you guys, okay? Make sure you're subscribing, and God bless. Thank you so much. Until next time.